Two sections are literally just rewriting. That's all you're doing. So if it's given to you in log, they want you to rewrite in exponential form. The base of the log is the base of your exponent. What it equals is your exponent. And then you're going to set it equal to the other side. It's really easy to see this is the right way because 11 squared is 121. So you did it correctly. All right, look at the next one. So then this is my base. That becomes the base of the logarithm. Log base 19 of, it's what's set over to the equal side, of 1 over 361 equals negative 2. Which makes sense because negative 2 is your exponent there. And it should be in the bottom if it's negative. This next section wants you to solve. So I find it easiest just to set this equal to x and rewrite it in exponential form. So my base is 5. My exponent then is x, and that equals 1 over 25. So you're trying to figure out 5 to what power equals 1 over 25. You know that 5 to the second power equals 25. So if you're looking for 1 over 25, it's going to be a negative 2. So you know 5 to the second power is 25, so 5 to the negative 2 is going to be 1 over 25. So numbers 13 through 16 want you to expand, and the next set wants to condense. All right, for this one, I am going to start by rewriting this radical. So if you have a square root, rewrite it. So we're going to say log base 7, and it's all of this to the 1/3 power. 1/3 power, okay? Now, before you expand, that means every single piece inside of it is to the 1/3 power. So I'm going to say that's log base 7 of 2 to the 1/3 power times 3 to the 1/3 power times 10 to the 1/3 power. All of those are to the 1/3 power. Well, it helps, you know. We'll just make that 11. All right. And now I can expand. So I'm going to expand that multiplication with what? How do I expand multiplication? With addition. So I'm going to say log base 7 of 2 to the 1/3 plus log base 7 of 3 to the 1/3 plus log base 7 of 11 to the 1/3. And then what else can I do to expand here? Right, the exponents can go in front. So I have 1/3 log base 7 of 2 plus 1/3 log base 7 of 3 plus 1/3 log base 7 of 11. Now your answer key just has that 3 in the denominator. So you have log base 7 of 2 over 3, something like this. Those are the same answers. So I will take it either way. I do want you to recognize, though, that this bottom piece is the same as having a 1/3 in front, so that if you were to have to condense where it looked like this, then you would know to put that as a fractional exponent. All right, let's look at condensing. So for condensing, the first thing I'm going to do is actually move these coefficients. I'm going to do that first. The coefficients are going to become my exponents. So those are going to be my exponents here. So I have log base 7 of a to the 20th minus log base 7 of b to the 4th. And then my last step here is to condense that subtraction. How do I condense subtraction?
Division.
With division. So I have log base 7 of a to the 20th divided by b to the 4th. When you are done condensing, you should only have one logarithm. So when you do this, you have to pay attention to which one you've been given, number of times per year, or continuous. Once you figure out which one you use, you're going to plug it in and then put it into your calculator accordingly. When you have something like this, the first thing you must do is condense. You can only have one logarithm per side to solve these. And so I'm going to condense just like I did with my condensing earlier. I'm going to say, well, I have a division here. So I'm going to I have a subtraction, so I'm going to condense by division. So it's log base 6 of 8 divided by 3x equals 1. All right, and then I have to do both sides with a base of 6. On your quizzes, some of y'all just did one side with a base You have to do both sides with the base of 6. So on the left, I would have 6 to the log base 6 of 8 over 3x. And on the right, I would just have 6 to the first power. The right side does not have a log, so it is just 6 to whatever power is over there. On the left-hand side, the 6 and the log 6 cancel, and I have 8 over 3x. On the right, you want to actually do whatever your power is telling you to do. 6 to the first power is just 6. And so that's how I'm going to solve this one. All right. When your x is on bottom, remember you can flip both sides, okay? Or if you want to, you can multiply by the 3x and divide by the 6 and then divide by 3. I mean, whatever you want to do. But when your x is on the bottom, you can flip both sides. So you can flip this and say 3x over 8 is the same thing as 1 over 6. And then I can just multiply both sides by that reciprocal, which cancels here. All right. And when I do that, you can just simplify it or put it into your calculator, but either way, you're going to get 4/9. All right, so if it wants you to round, by the way, if it wants you to round to the nearest 10,000ths, on your quizzes, I did not count off, I will on your test. 10,000ths is 4 decimal places. So if you saw me underline that in your instructions, it's because I was letting you know you did not round correctly. So pay attention to the rounding because it will be counted off if it says to the nearest 10,000ths. That is 4 decimal places. This one is an exponential equation, meaning what I'm solving for is in the exponent position. So I need to get that base by itself. My goal is to get this by itself first, and then I'll worry about the log. So to do that, I'm going to subtract by the 2. And some of you did this backwards on your quiz. You divided first and then subtracted. No, it's just like solving an equation. Subtract the 2 over first. You have the -5 times 11 to the -7k equals, and do this subtraction, -45. And then we're going to divide by that -5. We get 11 to the -7k equals 9. And here's where we can take the log of both sides. On the left, I can expand and move that forward. So I have -7k times log 11 equals log 9. I can divide both sides by the log 11. So on the left, I end up with -7k equals log of 9 divided by log 11. And then I can divide both sides by that -7. And again, round to the nearest 4 decimal places. So this page, these are compound interest ones, all right? But let's look at the difference here. Cody invests $5,601 in a savings account with a fixed annual interest rate of 2% compounded continuously. What formula am I going to use here? All right. How long will it take? How long will it take for the account balance to reach $7,120.27? So we are filling in what we know and we are solving for what we don't know. They gave us my A, right? Account balance, 7120.27. They gave us my P, $5,601. E is just a constant. They gave us my interest rate. They did not give me time. This looks just like the problems we just did, correct? So what do? Well, I have to get the base by itself. What do I need to do there? I have to divide by $5,601. And I'm just gonna leave this alone. You can go ahead and divide it if you want to, but you need to show me your steps. I leave it alone till the end so that I can get it accurate. All right, e to the 0.02 times t. What's my base of e? What is my log that I use for base e? Natural log. So for this one, I am going to take the natural log of both sides, right? Bases cancel out bases. Bases cancel out bases. So on the right-hand side, my ln of e cancels each other out. And I just have 0.02 times t. On the right-hand side, I have this guy right here, which is just a number. I don't have to worry about it. What's my last step to solve for t?
Divide by.
Yeah, I need to divide by 0.02. So my time in your calculator is going to look like this, by the way. Natural log, it's going to open parentheses, do 7120.27 divided by 5601, close parentheses, divided by 0.02. So in your calculator, you're going to put it just like that. And when you do, you should get 12 years. And they are rounding to the nearest year here. So these problems are the same as what you just did in the other two sections. It's just written out with your logarithms like that. So if they've given you everything on the right-hand side, you're just going to plug it in and solve. But if they've given you your account balance, you're going to use your logs, your natural logs, to solve for it. So don't forget that e gets canceled out by natural log. E's get canceled out by natural logs. So if you have a base e, use natural log. And that's true for the equations, by the way. I don't see any that happen to be here. But 29 through 32, if you had something like e, like natural log, you would have used e. On number 36 of this particular one, you want to use base e because it's natural log. So just pay attention to what bases you're using to get rid of it.